I've been looking at the book of Revelation in the New Testament, and I'm looking at the letters in Revelation. So in Revelation chapter 3, and starting at verse 7, it says about the church in Philadelphia. To the angel of the church at Philadelphia write, these are the words of the Holy One, the true One, who holds the key of David. When he opens, none may shut. When he shuts, none may open. I know all your ways, and look, I have set before you an open door which no one can shut. Your strength I know is small, yet you have observed my commands and have not disowned my name. I think it's beautiful because Jesus is explaining how he is the one who holds the key of David, the one who holds this access to all God's promises. He's the one who was not only descended from David, King David, but more than that, the one who accesses all the promises of God. They're all yes in Christ Jesus. They're fulfilled. They're brought to the completion. King David was a pointer, somebody who sort of indicated the way towards God's greater purposes, but that was just a little foretaste. What he saw in terms of worship happening, in terms of his own reign, was just a foretaste of God's greater plans. So my prayer today is that we would find in Jesus that the full access to the promises of God are there. As we trust in him, that we'll realize that he's the one who opens doors, that he's the one who strengthens us, that he's the one who opens things that seem shut, that seem impossible to make a way through, the situations that seem overwhelming. It's not just for our benefit, according to our interests, according to our agenda, but in him are all the keys. You know, when someone has the passcode, when someone has the password, when someone has the access code for something, they have the authority to open something up. How many of us find a certain level of frustration these days with working out whether we've got the right password or not, or whether we've saved it somewhere, or whether we've saved it onto our app or system or somehow or other, or whether we've got to change it again, or whether we've got a new app that requires a new password, and so on. Life is full of passcodes and passwords and access codes, more than ever perhaps. The amazing thing is that the one access code that we need most of all is to access the resources of heaven, the promises of God, the will and the plans and purposes of God, to be really in the place where we're accessing all of God's resources and all of heaven's resources. And there's only one way that we can get to all that, and that's through Jesus. And that's what we really need. We need him as our intermediary. We need one who's the doorkeeper, the one with the code to get in. And so I want to pray today that we would be reminded of that we would rediscover that we'd put our trust in him and find him as the one who has the key of David, and what he opens, no man can shut.